Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on my Let's Play series. Now, as you can see, I'm back over on my Mooshroom Island, and that is because we still do not have the ability to do time lapses, so I'm not going to make my copper farm yet. What I am going to do is build up a building over here that's going to serve as like an outpost for all of my building that I do on this island. It's going to have some storage, it's going to have a bed for me to sleep in, so I'm not sleeping in a hut made of iron blocks and things like that. So I'm going to build that up here, and I'm going to do like a sort of 1.18 modern house. Not exactly sure what it's going to look like yet. I've done a little bit of testing with some block palettes, but we'll get that built up here. So I've started by clearing out all of the mycelium under what will be the general footprint of the house and changing it to grass, and then I will expand out this way after, depending on where things line up. But this is the approximate size that it's going to be. It's going to be 2 floors, modern style, that sort of thing. Out on the water, nice, and eventually it'll tie into the whole build over here. So that's the plan for today. I am going to need quite a few materials, and I'm going to need quite a few 1.17 blocks. So I'm going to head back out through the nether quite far out and gather up some more things that I haven't started farming for 1.17 yet. I want quite a bit of tuff. I want quite a bit of calcite. I also need a bunch of copper, so I'll go out there and fortune up a bunch of copper and get some more copper blocks, because I think I have about 10 at the moment. And yeah, then we will get back over here and we will start building this up. So let's go and do some mining. Okay, so I've been down in the mines for a while. I'm just repairing up some of my tools, and then I'm going to fortune this copper that I have gathered up that took quite a long time. I don't know why I was silk touching it. I did have shulker boxes, but I kind of wanted to do this all at once. I'm really hoping that this is enough for what we need, and I shouldn't have to raw mine copper anymore, because we are going to make a farm at some point, but hopefully this is enough, because you can get up to 12 per with Fortune 3 is what I've read. So let's get this mined up and see how much we get and see if it's enough. Well, it's a good sign that it doesn't fit in my inventory that there's so much copper. So let's gather up all of this that didn't fit and see exactly how much we have and hope that it is enough. I have a rough calculation of how much I need, but I'm not exactly sure. It's not quite 1 shulker box, so let's do the math and see if this is enough to make the blocks that I need. All right, so I've done the math. This is about 167 blocks worth, and I need about 150, I believe. So hopefully this is enough. with the copper, the little bit that I have back in my base. So let's take these boxes of stuff that we gathered up and head back over to our base and get it smelted up. This is going to be really satisfying, putting all of this in here and just watching the copper flood out the other side of our massive super smelter. There we go. It's all going in, and soon we will see every single one of these furnaces. There we go. Light up with copper inside. And then it is just going to start flowing into the chest down below. We are starting to run out of kelp here. We're going to have to reload some fuel here soon, but just look at that, so much copper. So let's get this gathered. Let's get the rest of the materials that we need gathered, and let's head back over to the mooshroom biome. And we are back. I am over back where we are going to be building. I have gathered a ton of resources. This took me quite a while. And I have started to lay out the foundation of the building with this tuff that I have here. That's going to be like the foundation block. And then I've started to lay out the main room floor, which is actually going to be half spruce planks and half upside down barrels, because it works really well together. Let me just show you this. I've never done this before, but I wanted something of a variation on spruce. So now see that those are upside down. They have a nice texture on the bottom that isn't exactly the same as spruce. So if we get some spruce planks here, I can show you that it turns out to be a nice variation of the block instead of just being solid spruce. So that is quite nice, and that's what we're going to use for this area, which is going to be like little dining room and kitchen in the modern house, and then there's going to be a living room here and a garage over there, and then there's going to be a second floor with like a little attic that's going to store all of the materials and the bed for me for while I'm working over here. But yeah, I'm going to start getting this built up. Not sure how much of this I am going to finish in this episode. I still don't have any way of doing time lapses at the moment, and just everything is so good as a time lapse. So, and I just keep falling in these barrels. So I might just get the foundation done on this today and then build up the rest of the house and do the decor and stuff in the next episode. So let's see how much work we can get done on the foundation here. And we are back. So it has actually been about a day since I recorded that last clip. I have worked on the base structure of the building here, and I have also been back over to my base for a couple of things. As you can see, this is how the foundation is going to build up, and this is going to be the texture of the walls. We're going to be using the smooth quartz, calcite, and also a little bit of this white concrete powder to give it some variation. And the variation is going to be mostly at the bottom of the walls, like texture at the bottom, and then it'll build up with the smooth. This over here is like the foundations of what will be the kitchen. I've hidden some light sources in here, as you can see over there. This will be under a little bit of carpet at the front. This will be like a little sitting area. There's going to be a fireplace here. And then, as I talked about before, this is the garage. And then in this corner, there's going to be a spiral staircase up to the second floor, which is like an attic loft kind of thing. And then there's a little outdoor patio back here as well, which is going to back onto, I'm probably going to put a dock into the water over here. But yeah, it's coming along quite nicely. Little walk-up bar here. And yeah, I'm very happy with the way that this is coming out. A little bit of a path. There's going to be some trees lined here. Probably a little bit of a garden here with a tree, and then a driveway. And I'll link all of this together, get rid of this water, and so forth. And that will be what this area looks like. I am going to finish this house in the next episode, I believe. What I want to do right now is build another one of our 1.18 farms over here, and I think I'm going to put it over here with our moss farm. This one is going to be quite simple. I want it over here because I'm going to be over here quite a bit, and I want it loaded. So I brought over some glowberries, and I've got my redstone shulker box over here. And I'm going to build up a little glowberry farm just based with observers and pistons to make some glowberries while I am working over here. They grow really slowly, but with any luck, it'll be loaded enough while we're building this and building other things over here that we'll get a decent amount of glowberries. So let's pick out a spot over there and we can start building that up. Okay, so I think the plan is to build this pretty much right next door. I'm just going to kind of cut into this grass over here at the same point. Sorry, this mycelium. At the same point and create just a big enough area that we can build this up. The farm isn't going to be too big. It's going to be like a kelp farm, just growing downwards instead of upwards, observers and pistons, and I'll put some glass on the front, and all of the drops will be picked up by hoppers. So pretty simple. We don't need too much space, but that should probably do it just like that. And then we just need to get rid of this mushroom, and they are very quick to get rid of if you have an efficiency 5 axe. Just like that. And oh, this axe still has silk touch. I really need to get an axe that doesn't have silk touch, because I just don't need all these mushroom blocks that I've been getting. I would much rather have the mushrooms themselves like this for potion growing. So let's just dump all of that in here. I have grabbed some blocks, and I also have my redstone box. Hopefully we have, that is not going to be enough hoppers for us, but we have some chests, and I left my ender chest over here. So let's get some iron as well. Where's our iron box? There it is. And we can make a couple more hoppers over here. And of course I have an ender chest right here. Anyway, wouldn't have helped me from iron box. That down. Get ourselves a bunch of iron, and we can turn this into hoppers. So, basically the maximum that we want this farm to be is... What am I doing? An observer can send a tick 15 spaces away, so 15 spaces wide is probably how wide we want this farm. So if I just grab 2 more chests, let's pick center-ish. If we start about, well, about there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 out, 1, 2. That will make us 15 wide if we put a chest there. And then we just need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ghost blocks, always in Minecraft. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we hopper all the way along there. And then we will build up this farm. It's going to be quite simple. It's not going to be the most efficient farm in the world, but that is okay. That's not what we're really looking for here. We're just looking for this to be passive while we are in the area. So then we just need to glass in the front, block in the back. I'm just going to use some of this calcite. And just like this, let's go about 5 tall. Of course, I can't do that at once. So the idea is it will grow down from above, and when it gets low enough, we will fire a piston to break the second block, not the first block, and then any glowberries that are on the vine will be captured by the hoppers down below, and that is not enough of our calcite. Hopefully I don't use too much here. I brought quite a bit, and I'm not using too much in that build over there for texturing, so hopefully we have enough. But we can get some more if we need to. So we'll build this up like this, and then we need pistons as well. So regular pistons. Oh, I used a ton of these in this build, as you can see here. So I'm out of those as well. So we're going to need some wood, and we're going to need some more iron and a bit of redstone. So I will craft up 15, so 14, at least 14 more pistons, and then we'll continue on this. Okay, I mined out some cobble from over there, got everything that we needed, and now we have 37 pistons, and we just need to place them facing forward here. So let's just work our way along, and then we need to go up 2 more blocks to ensure that we have what we need for our vines. Keep going across. We're out, just like this. I could have built up the glass, I guess, would have been easier, but whatever. There we go. And then we go calcite on top of this. I put the calcite away. or I ran out. Did I run out again? That would be unfortunate because we are using quite a bit of that. All right, let's grab a bit more. If we need to go and mine some more, we need to go and mine some more. That is not a big deal. Let's grab another half stack, and hopefully that's all we will need. So we need to go up one more block with the calcite, and then we need our top block. So there, this is the part of the vine that is never going to get broken. And then I'm going to do a bit of this tuff along the top, and that's what we're going to hang the vine from. And just like that. And there we go. And then all we need to do is get rid of this ugly dirt. And then we need to pick where we are going to send our signal from. So how many observers do we have at the moment? We have 14. So we could do this quite a bit. It's 15. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's nice and even. So we just send a signal from the back like this. Every time something grows in front of one of those, the entire thing will be pistoned, and now we just have to bring that signal up. So let's not use more of our calcite. Let's just use a different block back here. This is a different way than I usually do redstone. I normally do it sort of as a time lapse. I don't really show the whole process unless I'm doing a tutorial. So this is kind of fun, actually. So we run this across. We grab some redstone dust or some powered rails, whichever we want to do. I don't think that's quite enough powered rails, so redstone dust is a little bit laggier, but we can use redstone dust. We don't have any big farms going over here, so this is not going to be the end of the world, especially since it's not running every tick. Just like that, and then we'll take some observers, and we'll need to move up. And observer, 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 and then we will do the same thing as we did down there. I don't know if these blocks are powerable, so we'll come up one more, and then run out and across, and this time we will use redstone. That's actually a good point. I don't know if these blocks are solid blocks. We'll find out soon. So if they are solid blocks, we should get all of those pistons firing. Yes, so great. That's interesting. The one in the middle didn't go, and that is because that was an observer. But now that I know these are solid blocks, we can just get rid of this observer, throw the mushroom in there, and do this. So there we go. That will be good for this. We just need to make sure that we run redstone the entire way. Oh, I hate that. These mushroom blocks are so finicky. There we go. Oh, am I really one redstone dust short? Anyway. So then once we have finished that off, that is the entire redstone. We just need to cap this in. There we go. Just need to cap this in with our glass on the front like this. And we can now place in our glowberries just like that. And if I don't fall off, it would be even easier. And if I wasn't hungry, I wouldn't be trying to eat them. But there we go. This is not going to be the most efficient farm in the world, but this is going to do for us. I like how there's light coming out of my hand because of Optifine. That's kind of weird. Even though when you place them, they don't have light until they turn into the actual berry version, which they do. Not every time, but sometimes. Anyway, that is pretty much this farm now complete. We just have to watch and see if it works and see how much we get out of it. So maybe I will wait here for a bit just to see how long it takes for us to get some glowberries going. I'll grab a little bit more glass from my stockpile over there, and this farm will be complete. So I've been waiting here for a while, and you can now see that some of these plants have grown down. We got glowberries there, 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 there. So they don't always make glowberries, but a couple of these are close to moving in front of our observers, and then we will see this entire farm go off. I think the chances of me recording when it actually happens are pretty slim to none. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set myself up here pointing at the farm, and I'm just going to leave the record going, and that way I can capture when it goes and show you guys. So you'll see that now. For me, it'll be a little while. And there we go. We got it to go, and we got 4 glowberries. So like I said, this farm isn't going to be the most efficient thing in the world, but it will just constantly grow and work while we're over here. So it will be a good source of glowberries for us for decoration. And I mean, we don't need a ton of these things because I don't plan on eating them. I just plan on using them for decor. So this farm now totally works, and that is great. And that is where I'm going to call it for today's episode. We got our glowberry farm built up over there. We started our modern house build over here, which we are going to get finished up soon. I'm so excited for you guys to see the rest of this build. I've got some cool ideas for the roof and other things with the decor. But that's going to do it for me. Make sure to like the video, and if you're not subscribed already, subscribe, because I'm going to be having lots more videos coming out in the future. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!